Hi everyone and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. It's just that kind of day where I'm just kind of feeling salty just in my everyday life. So if that bleeds into the recap, that's why. So let's get right to it. At Carly's office, Kiki comes in and she hears Michael is taking Nell to the benefit, and Kiki tells Michael she no longer works at the Metro Court. And when Michael leaves, she asks Nell what's going on between the two of them. And Nell says there's nothing going on. So Kiki kind of mentions that she was with Michael between relationships with Morgan and it was a mess. And Nell asks, she also mentions like she kept this big secret from Michael. And Nell asks about that. And Kiki just kind of glosses over but doesn't give any details, obviously, because well, who's Nell, you know? So, and Nell gives her final check, which is why she's there, and mentions how well she's taking all this. Like, you know, the friction, is there any friction, and, everything that happened with Morgan, and, any hard feelings. And I'm like, I feel like Nell's targeting Carly, just trying to blow up Carly's life. So Kiki says she doesn't have any hard feelings at all. And Kiki asked Nell if she ever told Carly that she talked to Morgan that night at the Floating Rib, and Morgan thought she was cheating. And Nell's like, no, I didn't want to add to any pain. And Kiki's like, well, just so you know, like, they already know that, which is why things are a little, are like they are. I cut my own bangs, and as you can tell, it was wonderful. I gotta clean these up. So at Sunny's place, Michael comes over, and Carly's already there, and the presents get found, this, that, and the other thing. And he asks Carly if she can spare Nell on the 12th, and she's like, yeah, Nell can have off the 12th. So Carly leaves, and Sunny asks about Michael's interest in Nell. And Michael more wants to talk about the thaw that seems to be happening between he and Carly. Okay, I'm putting on a hat. Last time I cut my bangs, they came out great. So I don't know what's going on right now. Carly. Okay, so yeah, he wants to talk about the thaw that's happening between Carly and Sunny. So Michael then says that he and Nell are just friends, and she's easy to talk to, and she was there for him a lot. And Michael says that Carly is working her way back to Sunny, and it's only a matter of time now. And I'm like, yeah, if only, right? So back at Carly's office, Carly comes back, and she tells Nell that she has the night off on the 12th, and Nell seems distracted, to say the least. At the parking garage, the van says Derek Wells Media underneath that bogus sticker, and Curtis and Jason throw around theories and then decide to call the hotel to let them know that something happened to the van and the driver is going to come down and meet them, and Jason gets a crowbar to really sell it. So let me tell you, remember when I was talking about like the Dante Jason, like when they teamed up and all that? Curtis and Jason, just as gold, and I absolutely, oh my goodness, I'm loving it. So the driver comes down, and I'm like, oh, he's going to be so sorry. And he thinks they're cops because like they start questioning about the October the 7th. So then they kind of roll with that, and it's like, oh my god, it was so funny. So Curtis mentions how his partner here, Jason, is crazy, and Jason just decides to run with it and says, he was just living a normal life, and then one day he woke up with a metal chip in his brain, and Curtis is like, yeah, now he can hardly get through airport security, and then says that sometimes it's just so hard for him, and he feels like he needs to hit something or someone, and he has this crowbar, and I was like, dude, like, it's so funny. If you have a chance to watch that scene, I highly recommend it. So the guy says, look, I was just told to drive the van there and leave it by my boss, Julian Jerome. And it's like, ding, ding, ding. At General Hospital, Sam comes in to Julian's room, and needless to say, she's surprised to see Alexis there. Sam's angry. She wants Alexis to leave with her, and they do leave together. And Sam has a feeling that something else is going on here. And Alexis is like, look, there's always something going on in my life. And back when they were in Julian's room, Sam really gave Julian a piece of her mind and basically told him to stay far away from Alexis. So, then out there, Alexis kind of, talks to her and it's like, yeah, I just kind of had a morbid curiosity. So Sam gets in the elevator, and Alexis goes back into Julian's room, and she's not happy about it. So Julian wants her help at home when he gets out of the hospital, with normal everyday things, like 24 hours a day, being with him all the time. And she's like, really? You gotta punish me like this? And he's like, well, you used to not think it was a punishment. So she's like, oh my god, like, this is literally horrible. And then he threatens to reveal her to the police, and then she could lose her freedom for realsies. Also at the hospital with the whole Santa going on, Lulu sees Charlotte, and Rocco runs right up to Valentine, which Dante is thrilled about. And Valentine tells Charlotte to say hi to Rocco, and the two kind of go off, and Dante, livid. So Nina tries to defuse the situation, and Laura steps up and says Nina should ask Valentine to leave. And then Kevin says that they all need to practice radical acceptance because the situation is, it's, I don't want to say the phrase because that phrase is banned in this household, but like, this is the situation at hand. Nothing they can do can change it. So Lulu talks to Charlotte, and she asks how old she is, and this, that, and the other thing. And then Nina comes over and basically tells her to stop talking to Charlotte. So then Nina tells Lulu she doesn't have the right to interrogate Charlotte, which, I'm sorry, if you see Lulu talking to Charlotte as an interrogation, I think that's more your perception than what's really going on. So Lulu says that that little girl is the cousin of her late brother. So she has every right to talk to her. And Nina's like, oh, I didn't think of that. And it's like, yeah, you need to step back because you are not involved in any of this. Like, this is a whole family / former hostage situation. Like, you get back in your lane, Nina. Seriously. She's been doing so good for the past few months. So, my extra saltiness, I think it's going to go to Nina. Yep, go in there. And, Nina is getting involved in something she doesn't understand. She's probably going to wind up getting hurt, and then I'm going to have some sympathy for her again. But for right now, it's like, get in your lane. Lante aren't open to the idea of a play date between Rocco and Charlotte, needless to say. And Santa has a 5-minute break, and Laura wishes she just had peace of mind. And she also sees something between Lulu and Charlotte. So Lulu and Dante are talking, and Lulu can't explain it, but she's immediately drawn to Charlotte, and it just really intrigues her, and Dante thinks it's her maternal and Spencer instincts, and Lulu is like, yeah, but she's not totally sold on that, and for some reason, I'm loving it. I don't know if it's seeing Lulu face off against Valentine, or I don't know what it is, but I'm loving it, and I thought I would hate it. You can look in the comments when I responded to people, and I'm like, oh, I hate that, but I don't, and it's scaring me, to be quite honest with you. At Kelly's, Valentine, Nina, and Charlotte are there. Nina tells her to go pick out a big cookie. Poor Valentine, everyone dislikes him. And Lulu swore an affidavit against him. He's just such a victim here. He needs his fan, to fan himself. And Nina thinks it's disgusting to keep a child away from their parent, and we need to protect that little girl. Oh my goodness, Lena is so far out of her lane. She's in another country, okay? Like, so many things, just so many things. Like, I don't know. Like, you slept with a guy once, and you're going to ignore the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 affidavits saying the same exact thing, that he held them hostage, shot, killed Nicholas, shot Kevin. You're just going to ignore all that because obviously, everyone's out to get this guy that I slept with once. Like, people, that I trust and that I know. Oh, what's wrong with them? Like, so Nina says this has nothing to do with how much she wants a child, and we all bought that. Like, really? Yeah, totally. I totally am taking you 100% at face value. Maybe she doesn't think it does, but it does. And, she just wants to protect her, and Valentine is so happy he took the time to talk to her that night. Oh, yeah, that I can believe. And, she doesn't have an agenda. She says what's on her mind, and yeah, I totally get that 100%, but I even think Nina really knows what's on her mind. I mean, Maxie was taking I'm just gonna say it, okay, between you and me. All right, come in close. But, like, Nina's totally ignoring the fact that Claudette has somehow fallen off the radar, and the guy she's with is a shady character. Like, even benefit of the doubt. Like, you can't deny that. And I feel like a part of her doesn't care. I mean, it is Claudette. She doesn't like Claudette, but, doesn't care or is happy that Claudette's out of the picture because now she gets to step up and, like, be this little girl's mother. But that'd be, like, the really dark side of it, But, now really talking that through and realizing just how much she really does hate Claudette for what, she did to Nathan. I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't be giving so much, well, I say we, I don't know if any of you are, but so much sympathy or benefit of the doubt to Nina. I really don't. So Sam and Molly come in briefly and see Valentine, and Molly's like, oh, I'll go introduce myself to Uncle Valentine, and, wants to give him a piece of her mind. And Sam tells Molly Alexis was visiting Julian, and Sam thinks that she still possibly has a soft spot for Julian, and I'm like, you could not be further from the truth, but what are you going to do? So now end scene. So Carly tells Nell she thinks something is on Sunny's mind, and Nell says that she thinks Carly and Sunny belong together. Oh, and Sunny calls her. They need to talk. So Laura doesn't want the connection to the Cassidines. Nicholas is gone, so she has no connection, but, she feels compelled to look after this little girl because she is Nicholas's family, making her her family, and Kevin says that kind of generosity of spirit is why he loves her, and it's like, that's the first time you said that, and you're in a Santa suit. Molly thinks it's good Alexis saw Julian because it could give her closure. Alexis says no one believes she would help him. They all know how much she hates him. The people around them aren't stupid. So if they can keep this a secret, then they have a deal. And then she drops a bag on his lap, and it seems like it hurt a lot. Jason and Curtis come to the conclusion that Julian planted the bomb in his own car. So we'll see about that and how that goes. Because oh my goodness, y'all. I don't even know. But in any event, I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. I still have a full night ahead of me of lots of knitting because I am right against my deadline. But I will see you then, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.